Don't stop.
Hi, thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything in a Big Gay podcast. I'm Zach Randalls Friedman, and I just got back from my Christmas vacation trip. Me and my husband went down to New York City, and we have been I have been, and so has he. We've been doing a ton of traveling because of things that's been happening in our life from a professional standpoint and family standpoint, and we decided we were not going to go to New York, and then we were going to stay home during the Christmas week, and we ended up going down to New York City to see family. And we used to do, when we lived in New York, or even when we didn't live in New York, we would always go to New York for Christmas, and we would have brunch on the Upper East Side at our cousin Linda's house, and then have dinner with our family at Joan's house, who lived on the Upper West Side, who's a cousin as well. Or Joan would take everybody out to Chinese dinner, which is what Jewish people do on Christmas Eve. And we haven't done that in a long time. And I really, really missed seeing our cousins and seeing family and being there. So this year, whenever Andrew's mother passed away, unfortunately, and right around Thanksgiving time, we seen a lot of this family at the funeral. And they asked what we were doing, and that they haven't seen us in a while, and we missed them, and we love them, and they're all so amazing. And so we got a chance to go to New York and do what we did again, except this time our cousin Kate hosted everybody at her house, which was different because she lives in New Jersey. So we all drove to New Jersey, and she has a beautiful house, and we got to do that. And we got to see her kids, who are one's in college and two twins are 15. And it's just like, how did this happen? I knew these kids when they were babies. It's just insane seeing adults. They're adults now. And then we got to see our cousin Mars and Arturo's kids, and that was amazing. And they're 15-year-old twins as well. And it's just really crazy that these kids grow up so fast. And I sound like a very old person saying, where did time go? But I mean, it's crazy. I think about other family where, my nieces and nephews, I remember holding them as babies, and we just went to dinner with them last week as well. And they're now out of college, all of them. They have real jobs, and they're all adults. And it's just so insane to me just how life goes by so fast. My mom, who is 75 years old, she keeps saying this to me. She says it to me maybe once a month now. I can't believe that I'm 75. I just can't believe it. How did I get here? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you're going to feel this one day. You're going to feel how did I get to this age? And I do feel that way in some ways. But I have to say, I do not feel I am my age. I do not feel like I'm 52. I do not act like a 52-year-old, first of all. And I don't think I look like a 52-year-old either. Well, at least I hope I don't. But you know what's, me and my friend Jen always say this. I did a post on my other, not a post, I did a video intro about my year-end 2025 wrap-up for my other podcast called Listen Up Girls. I do news, LGBTQ plus news in 10 minutes or less most of the time. And I did a 2025 kind of wrap. This is what I talked about and stuff, or this is what a reflection of my year and stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to that podcast, you should, because I think it's good. It's different than this one, because this one I interview people and bring people on, and I think are inspiring or interesting. But whenever I did one of my kind of teaser video posts saying this episode is coming or it's out, it was about when me and my friend Mandy went to London, and we went out to dinner, and we had too many drinks, and we went back to, we were staying at the Waldorf Astoria, which is a nice hotel in London, and we started jumping up and down on the bed, yelling, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Look at us, bouncy. And just being way too loud. And at one point, I'm like, oh my God, we're so loud. We're going to get kicked out of the Waldorf Astoria, which that's the hotel I stay at every time I go to London or try to. And imagine like I got kicked out and they're like, you're not allowed to come back here. It would have been so horrible. Like London, I wouldn't go back to London, I think, because I would be so embarrassed. But my point is that you just like becoming an adult and feeling like an adult. I don't know. I don't feel like an adult. Like we were sitting at the adults table at Christmas time and I'm like, do we belong here? But it's just like, I guess we do because we're not at the kids' table anymore. So, yeah. And, and I also think about, like, I'm glad I'm not a kid anymore. I'm glad I'm not. I mean, I think it's fun being in your 20s, but I also don't want to, like, go back there where you're struggling, like, trying to find, like, who you are still or relationships and you don't have the money that you have when you're older and stuff and you got to worry about that shit. And you don't know who you are. You don't know what your career is going to be. It's not anything I want. I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. But I'd like to be back in my 20s because, like, I don't know, it was fun to have a billion friends where now your friends, you're more choosy on who your friends are. And you don't care as much about having a billion friends. So I'm happy at my age. My guest today, though, is at that point in her life where she is building her career and she's trying to build her brand and she's trying to figure out like what does she want to do. And she's talking about being an influencer and how she's dating in Los Angeles and she's maintaining boundaries and things like that. And she's young, she's really pretty. She moved from Missouri to Los Angeles at the age of 18. She's had a lot of personal growth, and we talked about how does she kind of handle some of the negativity that's out there and that's online as she's trying to, be financially independent and figure out what she's going to do in the world. But I hope you enjoy my episode with Jessi. I think she's really great. Again, she's a beautiful woman, and I enjoy talking with her. And so enjoy the episode and leave a comment and let me know what you think about my episode with Jessi. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. Today I have a brand new guest. She is I'll call her not just a TikTok, Instagram creator, but she's got a lot more going on than just that. But she's definitely becoming an influencer, and I want to welcome her to my show. So welcome, Jessi.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So you are, I heard about you because you had a couple of viral posts that went out on Instagram. Tell me about those and what was your reaction whenever they went viral? Because were you expecting that to happen?
No, I was not. I think that's usually how it happens. It's always the post that you don't think too much about and you just post without a care in the world. And then they go viral. One of them, I would say I posted both of these like 6 months ago.
Okay.
And on the same day, which is kind of funny. But one of them, around that time, it was trending to have a sound with like espresso martinis and just to have fun with it.
Okay.
And I had a post about that. It's a little bit raunchy, but people seem to like it.
What was it? You can say it on my show.
Okay. So I said, must be my ex because I couldn't find the bean.
Okay.
Because I had an espresso martini, wanted to do it.
Yeah.
They didn't give me any espresso beans. So I was just like, what do I do?
They're supposed to give you 3.
I ordered the espresso martini. I know, for good luck.
Yeah.
And I got 0.
Okay.
But it hit 6 million, so that's pretty lucky.
That is pretty crazy. And did your ex that you were talking about, did he have any comments or know that you'd done this?
I have not heard anything.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. He knows it's out there.
That's okay. I'm assuming he does.
He definitely knows. If you got 6 million hits on it, he knows it's out there. So, and then what was the other one?
Yeah. And the other one, I was at a hockey game and it was basically like POV to first time at a hockey game. Uh-huh. And I filmed my reaction just in awe. And then I filmed the hockey player stretching before the game. Yep. which is my honest reaction. Because when I first got there and they were stretching, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I'm like, so many people can relate to this. And I'm looking around, I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So I did a video like that. And that one got, I believe, 5 million. Oh, 3.4 million.
Did any of the hockey players respond back or anything to the post?
No.
Too bad.
I don't know if they saw it, but
if you got that many views, I bet you they know about it.
I'm helping them out.
Yeah, you are.
Hopefully.
Did you tag them?
I did.
Okay. Yeah. They seen it then
I
for
tagged
sure.
the LA Kings.
Okay, cool. You should have tagged the individual though hockey players if you knew who they were. So that would have been.
I mean, is it too late?
No, go back and do it. Repost it and tag them and just say, I did an interview of this today and wanted to repost and share because it was so fun. And yeah, do it.
Okay. You convinced me.
And what do you kind of want to do? I mean, you got a little taste of being viral and stuff. And I think once you do it a couple of times, it can come a lot more often. So are you thinking of ideas and things that you want to do? Are you kind of coming up with like a strategy of how you would like to be a creator or a digital influencer?
I would say definitely moving forward, I kind of just want to be known as my own brand. Yeah. I want people to know me for me instead of like the girl that does this or the girl that does that, which is great. But I think for me, like there's one creator that I do look up to when it comes to career, and it's Alex Earl, because she is known as Alex Earl.
Okay.
And she's doing like Super Bowl commercials. She has these partnerships, and that's kind of the trajectory of where I want to go within content. Mm-hmm. But within myself. Yeah. If that makes sense.
What would be your biggest, if you could pick 2 things that you wanted to do? Being part of a Super Bowl would be really amazing and good money. But what things have you kind of thought about that you'd like to be a part of? Or is there a brand also? That's the other question I have. What brand would you want to kind of represent? Because you're already doing a little bit of brand, right?
Yeah, I've dabbled a little bit. I haven't really thought about like what brands I would really want to be a part of. As long as like our values and morals align, then I'm happy to work with them. I did previously work with the Honey Pot, which is like a women's health brand. And I have been using their products for years. And I was so grateful that they reached out, that they wanted to work with me. And it's great because our values and morals align. Yeah. So I would only want to work with brands that I truly believe are good and that I would actually use their product. I would say my goal moving forward, like once I've created a name for myself, I would like to get into movies and TV shows because I have a degree in it and I have training in it. So I would say that is my goal, but I want to make a name for myself beforehand.
Yeah. And what would you want to do with like a movie and TV shows? Like, would you want to be like part of the cast? Would you want to be behind the scenes? Like, what would you want to do?
I would want to be a part of the cast. I think it'd be so fun to do a period piece.
Oh, like what? Like, have you watched Gilded Age?
No, I haven't, but I've heard amazing things about it.
You have to watch it. It's so good. I just started watching it a couple of weeks ago, and there's 3 seasons out, and I regret not watching it earlier because it's so great. It's like 1885 in New York City, and it's amazing. And all the actors and actresses are amazing.
Oh, beautiful. I hear they're doing a lot of like the fantasy novels and fantasy series. I hear they're turning a bunch of them into movies and TV shows. So I think that would be so amazing to be a part of if I look the part. Yeah. It would be a dream come true.
So when you talk about your morals and values and stuff, like kind of what are you kind of thinking about?
For example, with the Honey Pot, with their products, they are all organic. They like to use clean ingredients. Okay. For menstrual products, just other menstrual products that are not them. Yeah. A lot of the ingredients can be very toxic to people. Yeah. And I stopped using them years ago because I'm trying to be as healthy as I can for me and for my future. And that is one thing that I really align with, is just using healthy ingredients that are non-toxic. It seems like they really care about their community and their clientele as well.
And what has been your kind of reaction from some of the DMs like that you're getting now in your now that you've got, you've had a couple of viral videos, are you getting any bizarre DMs? Are you getting guys that are hitting on you? Are you ignoring all those? Like, well, what's kind of happening in that whole area?
I do have people in my DMs, and I try to not look at them all that often. I'll schedule a time in my calendar to look at all of my messages, just in case there's like something important, or if like I just want to like chat with some people, some of my followers. And I usually ignore them, but I will say the men that are usually in my DMs are actually pretty nice, pretty respectful.
Good. That's shocking to me, actually. Yeah. I'm surprised.
It's very shocking. I'm like, okay, wow, this is great. I'm not going to respond, but thank you. But yeah, it's been fine.
Okay, what's the dating life? What's the dating situation?
I live in LA.
Okay.
And if you live in LA, it's really hard to date in LA.
Yeah.
So I am single, and I have, my standards are really high now.
Okay.
And not a lot of people can meet those standards, and they're high because I'm able to provide what I expect in return.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy being by myself with my dog. And I really cherish my solitude, that if people want to take me on dates, I'm open to it.
Are you on any of the dating apps?
I am only on one. I'm only on Raya. And I don't know the last time I got on it.
Okay.
But recently it's just been kind of like a little game where I just like swipe, but I haven't really been messaging anyone.
Anybody famous you've seen on there?
Yes, but I haven't like matched with any of them.
Okay.
I've seen like a few like Disney, Nickelodeon stars. I've seen a few like famous TikTokers.
Yeah.
Actors.
Yeah. Cool.
It's been nice.
Yeah, I would love to.
I'm like, cool, you're here.
So I'm married, but I my friends that have apps and stuff, I love going on them when we're like on vacation together, whatever, and like swiping for them, and then they take the phone away, because then I start sending messages to people for them, and they don't love that. But I mean, because I
actually have a friend that used to do that for me. I'm like, just take it.
Yeah, and you know what? I did it for a friend of mine, Rachel, who lives in LA. We were in New York together, and I did it, and she ended up meeting a great guy, and she ended up flying back from LA a couple of weeks later to meet him. It didn't end in love and romance, but it worked. And I was being just like, I just kind of being gross with him, like how men are gross with women sometimes. I was kind of giving it to him, and I don't even remember what I asked. It was very inappropriate, whatever I was saying to him. And then when she met him, she goes, that was my gay friend. That wasn't even me. And he goes, I didn't think it was you because it didn't seem like you, whatever. So, but it's just fun to kind of take somebody's dating app whenever you don't have that to play with it.
Yeah, it's like a little game.
Yeah,
you can have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back. Okay, now back to the show. Have you thought about like maybe doing like you have great skin. So have you thought about working or trying to do like something with a skincare company, or, there's all these different kind of natural brands now that are out there. If you're kind of into that, you should reach out to them and see if you could collaborate with them.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely will. I've been to a couple of skincare events recently, and they've all been great. Their products have been great, but I haven't like actively worked with them. Yeah. So maybe I should, now that I have that connection. Yeah, I should reach out to them.
What do you think the biggest challenge is for like an influencer to kind of keep their authentic self? Because you said you want to be authentic about it, but to also kind of grow your platform at the same time. What do you think that biggest challenge is?
Consistency. I think if you're pushing yourself a little too much, you can kind of lose the authenticity that comes with it.
Yep.
So I think finding the balance between consistency and being authentic is really important, but there's a fine line. And sometimes I'm super consistent, but then I like watch the videos back and I'm like, I don't really know if that's like fully myself. So I think a lot of it is watching what you post and asking yourself the question as yourself and as a viewer, if this is something that is important to you. Because sometimes it's better to post fewer videos per day, but post like authentic videos.
And have you met other people that are, on TikTok or Instagram that, are doing the same thing that you're doing, or are big influencer, or have you spoken to them and said, what's your secret? Like, how did you get this many millions of views or millions of followers or whatever? Are you making friends in the industry?
I am making friends. I've met a lot of people that are definitely more established within the industry than I am. I haven't really asked them that question because I think for everyone it's so different.
Yeah.
And for me, I need to find what works out for me and what I want my brand to be and for my audience. But I will say every person that I've met that is really successful within the industry, when I meet them in person and then when I see them online, they're the exact same person.
Okay.
And that is kind of what I aspire to be for myself, which is really great.
Did you ever think that you would, so you moved to LA from Missouri, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been in LA, and what's changed about you since you moved? Because Missouri and LA are like night and day, right? So it's completely different.
Yeah, completely different. It's like a culture shock. I have been here for 7 years. I moved here when I was 18.
Okay.
Which, looking back, I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
I was so young. But when I was 18, I thought I could do anything.
Yeah.
Which is kind of great. Like, I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I think who I am now and who I used to be when I first moved here, bottom line, is the same person. I think whenever I was younger, I definitely cared more about how I was being perceived. I think I cared more about what others thought of me more than what I thought of myself.
Yeah.
I was definitely more insecure. I think now, with age and experience and meeting a whole bunch of different people, good and bad, and I'm definitely more secure in myself. And I'm at that point in my life where, like, if I meet people, no matter how successful they are, I want to know them for them.
Yeah.
And if we get along, that's fantastic. If we don't, that's okay. Because I have confidence within myself moving forward of what I want to do.
And how are you handling, like, we all get negative comments or haters online that come on and have, they're trolls and they have something stupid to say. I most of the time ignore it whenever it happens, or if I get a DM that's nasty, I'm just like, all right, well, whatever, sometimes I clap back a little bit, but I try not to. What is your thoughts whenever that happens to you? Like, what do you do? Are you ignoring it? Are you just kind of, clapping back a little bit to them?
I think it depends. Usually DMs, if they're rude, I ignore them.
Yeah.
No matter what, DM, comment, if it's very rude, I usually find it so funny. And I'm just like laughing. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I just find it so funny. But I've definitely, like, the 2 viral videos, I've had some comments that were kind of like rude. And I knew that it had nothing to do with me. So I would, like, just comment back nothing about them. Like, there's this one comment on, like, the hockey video. It wasn't even rude, but I think she ended up deleting her comment. But it was like, better dye your hair because hockey men love blondes. And I just responded, I'm like, I don't do anything for men. And my response got like 15,000 likes. I can't find it anymore because I think she deleted it. But I think a lot of it, whenever I clap back, I never want to be rude to them personally. If anything, I want to put it on myself. So for that, I was like, I don't do anything for men.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like just creating and holding your boundaries that people may want to try to cross.
If you could look ahead 5 years from now, what would you want to be doing? Ultimate dream.
Ultimate dream. I want to be successful to where I would never have to work again.
Same.
You and me both. I want to be so successful that, like, I can put my niece and nephew into the top schools. Wherever they want to go, they can do whatever they want to do. I want to pay off my sister's loans, her student loans. I just want to support my family in any way that I can, because that's what makes me happy. Yeah. But also, like, I also like nice things. So I would like to splurge on, like, nice things for myself, nice trips.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I just want my family to be set.
Do you ever watch Bravo shows?
No, I don't.
Oh, there's a show on Bravo called McBee Dynasty, and it's about these guys that this family that lives on this ranch in Missouri. And I just started watching this also like 2 weeks ago, at the same time I started watching Gilded Age. And it's a reality show. I thought it's like the second season is out. A friend of mine told me, you got to watch this. It's so good. And I'm like, yeah, but I said, I don't think I'm going to be into it. And I'm addicted to it. And the guys are so nice. And they're like, it's Missouri, Gatlin, Missouri, I think is maybe, I don't know if it's a small town. I think it's outside of Kansas City.
Okay.
And you should check it out because 2 of the guys are really hot and one's single. And so if you ever go back to Missouri, maybe you like meet up with him because he's so cute. And I think he's probably your age-ish. So just trying to
I'll keep that in mind.
Trying to play matchmaker
here.
You're
setting me up by logic.
Yeah, exactly. My last piece of advice to you is that if you want to become really popular, go for the gays. Get the gays on your side and get them to be your friend and get them to like your stuff. And that's how you're going to, I think that's just one way of kind of looking at how to become more influent online. So
I 100% believe that. I'm here for the girls, the gays, and the days.
Good. Cool.
I love it.
Well, it was great having you on. I will put your Instagram and your TikTok in the description of this video or podcast, whatever people are listening to, and they can follow you. And whenever you follow her, send her a message and tell her what you thought about her interview on the podcast. And thanks so much for being on, Jessi. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me. I had such a great time.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Be sure to leave a comment and subscribe and follow Jessi. Have a great week, everybody.